in a way that others can still gain reflective insight from interacting with it.
Right.
So in that sense, also it is proof that the energy is not gone. It has simply manifested itself in a new way.
Right, right.
Nothing in that sense goes away because, once again, there is nowhere for anything to go.
Right.
It is all right here, right now. It just changes its frequency in a manner that creates a different perspective.
Right.
But once it exists, that's the only quality it has. Existence. It cannot not exist.
Right.
Non-existence is a completely different quality.
Okay, so in the end of this, do you have anything you want to share with me before I say goodbye to you for now?
One moment. What creative endeavor are you involved with at present?
Well, I'm looking for a house to work on and then sell.
In what area on your planet?
In Venice.
Italy?
No, Venice, California.
All right. Just checking.
Yeah.
Want to be specific? One moment. Don't want you to begin that project and suddenly have a sinking feeling. One moment. One moment. Will you include the color yellow?
I hate yellow.
Why?
Don't know, just don't like it.
Why?
It doesn't make me happy to look at it.
Why?
I don't know.
Then that's what you need to explore before the house will come to fruition.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
That's
Thank
what
you.
we have to share with you.
Thanks, Bashar.
You are welcome. And a you good day.
It's wonderful to be here with you again.
It is tutorful to be with you.
I never share. I always like to sit and listen to everybody else, and I felt
Until now.
Until now.
And what do you have to share?
I love my life.
Thank you.
I love the process that my life has taken
Thank you.
since the beginning of the contacts with you.
Yes.
I see that you were extremely instrumental in much of my developing a greater awareness of myself, and
Just as you were instrumental.
in finding myself.
Of course.
I agree.
I cannot do it for you. You have to choose to do it. If you take inspiration from our vibration, so be it. And we are happy to provide. But you are the one that's instrumental in actually making the changes in your lives.
I agree, because
Thank you.
I've received a lot of inspiration, and I've made a lot of choices to
Thank you.
change things.
That's what makes all the difference in your world. When each of you live your life to the fullest, that's what creates a vibration in your world that makes it more possible for others to also choose to live their lives to the fullest, because they see so many more examples of it and feel the vibration of the possibility of it more and more every day. So living your life is the best way you can help others. Living your life to the fullest, the best way you can help everyone else. Because if you don't live your life to the fullest, then you're not here. And if you're not here, how can you help anyone?
I like that.
Thank you.
And I am living my life.
I know.
Pretty full.
Yes.
I'm sharing a lot of my time with an organization called Heart Touch, where we do compassionate touch.
All right. Thank
And
you.
I'm getting a lot of joy from
Thank
being
you.
able to touch the lives of others through physical touch
Thank you.
and sharing my vibration
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
and my sense of being grounded and just things that make people feel better.
Yes. Sometimes, as we say, it's the simple things that make all the difference.
It really makes me feel great.
Thank you for choosing to feel great.
Part of my passion right now is to also travel. And
All right. Where will you go?
Right now, it's a trip planned to go to Thailand to work in some orphanages with
All right.
children that have AIDS. And
Have a wonderful time.
do you have anything to share with me about that process? That's
Nope.
going to be quite
You
an
will find
adventure.
everything you need to find on the journey.
I always do.
Just remember, you are never alone.
Okay.
You are never alone. And that will come into play in Thailand. There will be moments when you will need to remember you are never alone. Ever. All right?
All right.
I stress it now so you will remember it in those times to come. And that's all we are allowed to share with you at this moment, so we do not interrupt your process.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm very excited.
So are we.
And I love you very much.
Our unconditional love to you as well.
Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm having a very fun ride.
A very fun ride.
Yes, I am.
Oh, all right.
And I have, there is a being named Melthanti, and this Lemurian council who are
these questions?
I'm sort of making comments and going to be asking you questions.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
The intonation at the end of your statements was rising, like a question.
Well, it's a wild ride.
All right.
So, there's a lot of up energy in this.
All right.
So, and it seems very imminent. It's like almost like I'm about to give birth with this council coming
in very
through me.
many ways, yes.
Okay. And it seems to me that possibly some of the information that's going to be coming through me
Yes.
from them has to do with physical ascension.
Some of it. That's
Okay.
not all of it, but some of it.
Okay, so I was wondering if you could help me with what would be the best way to work with them.
Yes. Here is the paradox, and here is the power of paradox. And one of the most powerful things any of you can do, and particularly in this case, is learn to work with the power of paradox. The best way to understand the energy of ascension is to always make sure you are firmly grounded.
Ah, a nice area for me to work on.
Especially with Lemurian energy, who were absolutely instinctive about their understanding of nature and stayed firmly grounded to the earth, and in that way allowed themselves to reach and experience ascension easily, because they understood that there really is no difference, really, fundamentally, between the idea of physical reality and spiritual reality. Physical reality is just as spiritual as anything. It is a manifestation of you as spirit. And when you fully connect with physical reality through a spiritual understanding, that promotes the idea of expansion, which is what you're calling ascension.
Okay, what would be the best way for me in my own life to have a fuller understanding and make a fuller connection?
Well, that's up to your imagination.
Okay.
Because you see, each and every one of your imaginations is keyed to you to allow you to come up with the best possible process or tool that will work for you. So when you are excited, when you're following your excitement, if you are you?
I am.
All
I
right.
sure am.
So when you do that, always allow yourself to believe that what comes up in your imagination, when you ask yourself the question, what's the best way I can approach this? Allow your imagination to be your guide, and whatever technique it comes up with that excites you in the same way, use it. That's what will work best for you. That's what your imagination is for. Magi Nation. You are the magician of your world. Magi Nation.
And if I may ask, what is there?
You may.
Thank you.
Not that you need my permission.
Is there a particular reason why this Lemurian energy is entering now?
Because you can relate to it, because you have many lives there, and you felt that it would be something you would instinctively understand in this day and time. Plus, it is necessary for people on your planet to get back to a stronger understanding of their connection with nature. So you will demonstrate that in your work.
Okay.
Does that help?
Very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'd like to ask you about something that my husband has gotten deeply involved with voluntary society.
Yes. Of what nature?
Well, it seems to be a society without government where, for example, no one can, there are no policemen that can get you to do things at the point of a gun. You don't pay taxes.
Yes.
Basically, there's no government at all.
All right. Well, this
and I'm
in some
wondering
senses is how it exists in our civilization.
Can you tell me a little bit about
Yes.
that?
It isn't that there is a government. There is, however, an organizing body, but that's all they do. They make sure that information that needs to get to people gets to people. That's all they do. That's the organizing body that we use. It's just an information exchange body. They do not govern anything. The reason this works is because humans have a completely different understanding of what autonomy is all about than we do. Let us explain our particular perspective of true individual autonomy. May I?
Yes.
Why, thank you. Each and every being is like a piece of a picture puzzle. When you have a large picture puzzle, it comes in a bunch of pieces, yes?
Yes.
And each piece has a different shape, yes?
Yes.
Well, each of those shapes fits in a certain place perfectly, yes?
Yes.
And when you put all the pieces together, no matter how different the shapes are, when they all come together, they make the big picture, yes?
Yes.
Well, when each and every individual is their true shape, their true selves, they by definition automatically fit with all other pieces also being their true shape and create the big picture automatically, which supports all of the pieces automatically. And no governing is required. The shape of each individual determines the structure that needs to be there instantly, automatically, and effortlessly to create the big picture that then gives reason for all of those shapes. But if you try to be a shape you're not, you don't fit. You don't fit with any of the other pieces. And you can't create the big picture that supports the totality of all the pieces. So, rather than anarchy, as many people on Earth believe would happen with absolute individual autonomy, just the opposite happens when you are truly vibrating from your core, truly the shape you were created to be. You automatically fit where you belong, and you automatically support the whole, and then the whole can automatically support you. That's how it works. Does that make sense?
It does. Is there a possibility of that happening the way he's envisioning it without government in the near future here?
Time, yes.
Are we talking about in the next few years, or are we talking about the next few centuries?
You are talking about between now and what we already described in the beginning as your year of 2050.
Okay.
The possibility will escalate and expand exponentially with each demarcation point we outlined at the beginning. Because remember, when people work together in an integrated way, it requires less people on a positive vibration to outweigh the energy of segregated individuals of a negative vibration.
Yes.
You understand?
I understand.
Because the integration is exponentially powerful, more powerful than all the individuals in a lower vibration attempting to make things work. The integrated individuals simply allow things to work as they naturally do, and so immediately with fewer numbers outweigh the collective energy of all of the individual scattered people who are, shall we say, of a vibration that is segregative rather than integrative. So, as each of these demarcation points, each of these thresholds of energy is crossed, as you attain, shall we say, critical consciousness mass, then you create more ability for people to catch on to the wave, the vibration, and begin to think the same way, and begin to create the same kind of new systems that will replace the old ones. It's not about changing the old systems. It's about creating new ones that will take the place of the old systems when they fall away. And you will turn around before you know it within a few decades and realize that everyone around you is thinking pretty much the same way, and you'll almost wonder how it happened so quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
On a more personal level, I have a concern that somehow this vision of the voluntary society is causing my husband to decide that he no longer wants to be Jewish. He converted at the time that we were married.
Yes.
And he's identified very strongly as a Jew since then.
Yes.
And he's now deciding that he no longer wants to be Jewish. And
All right, and why are you concerned about that?
well, I enjoyed sharing that with him.
Well, you can still share it, and you can also again understand that it's not an issue of exclusion, it's an issue of inclusion. As we said, true expansion includes everything that went before it, not excludes.
How would you define the term atheism? Because I'm not sure I'm understanding it as he is relating it to me, that he's now decided he wants to be an atheist but still have spirituality in there.
Well, then he's not really an atheist in that sense by Earth's definition. He is more of an agnostic.
Well, I did try to say that, but that... Okay.
He can call it whatever he wishes, however.
Right. Okay.
Because that's his choice. So if he wants to say he is a spiritual atheist, well, that's creative. And again, it might be an example of demonstrating the use of the power of paradox. You can be whatever you wish. So if he wishes to be a spiritual atheist, more power to him. The point is, what's the effect? And is it an all-inclusive idea as opposed to an excluding one? It is the inclusivity of all things that he has been before that will allow him to truly experience an expansion in his awareness. If it is another step that is excluding other things, then it will simply be another step towards the realization that he must include everything to actually expand in a spiritual way. But whatever definitions he wishes to use along the way really don't matter to all that is, because all that is any definition you can imagine. Remember, there is no outside to all that is. All that is literally all that is.
Okay.
So, saying that he is a spiritual atheist are definitions that exist within all that is. Make sense?
It makes sense, yes.
So, the idea that many of you on your planet will begin to understand is that all of the so-called religious points of view are simply different aspects of the same one, all that is. It doesn't care how you look at it. It's all the same. Anything that you call Jewish, anything that you call Christian, anything that you call Muslim, anything that you call Buddhist, anything that you call agnosticism, anything that you call atheism, anything that you call spirituality, anything that you call metaphysical, anything that you call by any other name is still just another name of the same one, all that is. That's the point. All that is so incomprehensibly unlimited, infinite, and vast that any perspective, any name, any idea that you can come up with is still a representation of the same one, all that is, from a different point of view. And it is that different point of view that creates the enrichment of the tapestry of all the things all that is. Make sense?
Yes.
Does this help?
It does help, actually.
Why, thank you.
I have something else.
Yes?
I work with hypnosis and coaching,
All right.
and I do various shows and exhibitions and so forth.
Oh, all right.
And
Is this fun?
yes,
Oh, all right.
and
checking.
I'm presently having a rift with one of the organizers of one of these major conventions
A
that
rift?
I do.
Of what nature is your rift?
Well, his wife has some serious issues that are causing her to ask him not to be included in this particular show,
All
and
right.
I'd like to heal that. I'm not sure how to go about it.
Well, are you able to have a dialogue with her about what it is she is concerned about?
I don't know. She's written poison pen letters and things like that, and it's pretty nasty.
Oh, all right. Poison pen letters.
Yes.
All right. How dramatic.
Yes. That's
How
true.
creative.
Right.
How fairy tale like. Now then, perhaps this is your opportunity to decide whether or not this individual may in fact, even though it may not seem like she is doing you a favor, actually be pushing you in a direction that might be better for you. Have you thought about that?
Well, it looks like I'll be missing the opportunity to interact with a large portion of my particular clientele.
But perhaps you will come up with an inventive way to actually interact with even more people than you thought if you approach a different direction. I am not saying you cannot attempt to make a healing with her, and that process may certainly give you something that is important for you. At the same time, sometimes in circumstances and situations on your planet, when you, shall we say, become focused or set in doing things a certain way, you will actually force yourself to move along by, in a sense, shall we say, getting others to force you out. Getting others to take a position that gives you no choice but to move in another direction. So you have to examine whether or not the purpose of this rift is for you to form a bridge and a link that can cause a healing, or whether it's simply a sign that you actually will be more successful in another direction than you may have heretofore thought. You have to decide which it is and act accordingly. Because it could be either. Does that make sense?
Yes,
no,
it offers another point of view.
All right, it offers another option for
It
you to
offers
consider.
another option.
All right, well, think about it and see which comes truest to you. Are you, in any way, shape, or form, harboring definitions of fear about changing course in your activities? You already mentioned one.
Yes, it means leaving a lot behind.
Leaving a lot behind. There's that theme again. It isn't leaving anything behind to move ahead. It's bringing it all with you in an inclusive way that will make all the difference in how you perceive the experience of moving ahead. If you define it as leaving something behind, as losing something, that's how you'll experience it.
So I need to experience it as all of that was in the past, and now as I move forward,
You
I'll
need
find
to
new
define
things.
it that way.
Okay.
Remember, you do not have an experience without a definition first.
Okay.
You cannot have an experience, you cannot have an emotion, you cannot have a behavior, you cannot have an experience without it being based on some definition you hold to be true. So if you are finding you are experiencing trepidation about moving forward in another direction, look to the definition within you that says that doing so would be a negative thing. And find out if that definition really works for you. And even when you do that, for yourself, in examining whether or not to move in another direction, even in that process of self-examination, you may suddenly encounter an inspirational idea that would also simultaneously allow you to form a way of healing the rift between you. Because when you go to the center of your being and really understand what definitions you are buying into, and examine them and explore them and change them, you will find that all of the issues going on in your life will be connected to the very same definitions. And you will find answers for all of what appear to be different issues, but which at the core you will understand are all the same issues in different disguises.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. That's useful information.
Well, please, by all means, have fun with this.
Okay, I have one more thing for you.
Oh, all right.
My parents both passed this year,
Oh, all right.
and my father appears to be staying with us in spirit, in some ways through one of our family members in the house.
Hanging around?
Yes, he's still with us, and he's still giving us his input through
All right, yes.
through Marcus.
That cannot. often happen.
And I'm just wondering if you have any comment on that, if you can see any
Well,
implications of
again,
that.
understand there are many things that you can do in the idea of the spirit experience. And remember that time for them is not what it is for you. What may seem to be hanging around at any given moment, there may actually be long periods of other kinds of experiences going on in between those moments for them.
Yes, I'm assuming that is the case
All
here.
right.
He doesn't seem to be trapped here or anything.
No,
He's
no, no.
making choices to
Yes.
speak to us still.
Many times, those that have been alive with you will act as guides when they are in spirit. That's one of the jobs you can do. You are very active when you are in spirit. Spirits don't just hang around waiting for you to call on them with Ouija boards.
Right, right.
They have many things they can do. And being guides for you is one of them. Helping people transition over is another. Exploring other dimensions of reality is another. Living lives over again that they wish to live that they didn't live the first time is another. You can experience many things in the timeless world of spirit. But being guides is certainly one of them, and especially if you have a strong affinity with the family line, many times people will opt to come and go and put in a word here and there to aid and assist, yes.
So this is probably a positive thing.
Do you not believe it is?
It feels like it's positive. It
Then
feels
why
good.
would you question that? Why would you wonder if it is a positive thing?
I'm
Is
actually...
there some part of you that worries that it might not be? That's a yes.
I guess I have some concerns about the effect on Marcus of my dad coming through him, though he seems to welcome it, so there
All
doesn't
right,
seem to be any problem.
Understand something about the nomenclature coming through someone. Even in what you are experiencing right now, I am not there with you. I am not in the channel's body. No spirit enters another body. It's not possible. You are what you are, and you fill what you are. There is no room for anything else in it. What's happening is that there is a vibratory connection happening. And as one consciousness vibrates according to a certain frequency, if another consciousness learns to vibrate at the same pace, in the same frequency, then you will create the same thoughts at the same time in some sort of telepathic interlock.
Well, they did
No
that
one
while he was
inhabits
alive, too.
another body.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
There is no such thing literally as spiritual possession.
He's not being possessed.
I
This
know,
is- yeah.
but since you use the term coming through, we wish to clarify for many people in the gathering the specific mechanism involved so that there is no confusion about what actually happens in those cases of communication from one dimension to another. It's simply identifying with on a vibratory level rather than the idea of anything occupying anything else. Make sense?
Oh, it really makes sense. It's like when he was alive, they were like that on a vibratory level, so it's
Then
not
that
strange
survives.
that it's continuing. Yeah.
And it is, in fact, one of the things that most strongly allows people to learn.
There. And this be out for you back. I have to get your lotto over there. This will be $1.77, darling. And do you just want the regular dollar American Lotto? Okay. There's for that, darling. $1, darling. There you go.
And that veil is becoming thinner and thinner and thinner as you expand your awareness. You can still communicate with loved ones in the spirit world. And that veil is becoming thinner and thinner and thinner. Awareness of reality. And so, in time, communicating with spirit, you will no longer be thought of as crazy to be walking down the street carrying on a conversation with someone on the other side. You're practicing that right now by walking down the street talking on your cell phones when it appears you're talking to no one.
Well, I've been a channel for other intelligences and guides many times for my clients.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with that concept.
Yes. Does that help?
It does. Thank you very much.
You are welcome and mazel tov. And to you, good day.